Good morning, y'all. I've been gone from the farm for a few days, and for the first time ever in my life, when I left, all it's done is rain since I've been gone. We got back yesterday evening. You can see we got 3.5 inches of rain, so it's really too wet to be doing much of anything, because everywhere I got left to mow hay is wet spots. But I went and walked through the soybeans yesterday afternoon, and they had some mare's tail and a few other weeds and Johnson grass, just the normal stuff coming on in them. So I loaded the water tank on the old truck with some chemicals last night, so we're gonna try to go over and get them sprayed this morning. I just wasn't anticipating the windshield being fogged up in the truck. That's what you get for leaving the windows down all night. But either way, we'll get going at it here shortly. Well, we made it over here. Got our little tractor crank. Go ahead and add our chemicals in and fill the spray the rest of the way up. We'll get it going. I don't know if any of y'all seen my video from last year about spraying, but I don't use a water pump. I just let it gravity flow out of that old tank. I'll find me a bank like right here behind me, pull the truck up on it, because after you get a couple 100 gallon out of it, you kind of got to get a little elevation, then you can drain it. It's just a whole lot easier than pulling with an old pump. We'll get our booms unfolded here. I'm going to do this different than I have in the past. In place of just staying up here all day and spraying all of it, I'm just going to spray a few tanks out this morning and then come back tomorrow morning early and spray out a few then too. That was a recommendation from the guy I buy chemicals from. He said it'd be better to not spray in the heat of the day trying to kill these pigweeds. So that's what we're going to do. I got plenty of other things to do anyway. That's got the first tank sprayed out and got the end row sprayed. So we'll back the truck up here a little bit and fill the spray back up, get back to spraying. We're just cruising along. I just wanted y'all to see how nice and straight my rows are. I never could do too good at keeping them straight, but there was an old man always told me you could get more in a crooked row anyway. We just filled up our third tank full here. And I think when I get right down here at the middle of the field, that'll put it together and we'll be in the point road. So we the road. I don't know why I can't talk this morning. I guess I might, we'll see how much water's left. I might go over in that other field and try to spray the inroads out of it. And I made it, I'd like to get this out of the tank, but I think I'm gonna quit because the place is getting hot. The wind's getting up this morning. I don't really want this stuff blowing all over me. I don't want it nowhere but where I want to put it either. Well, we got the first field here done. I had a little water left in the spray, so I come down here to this second field and got halfway around the first round of it and run out. So I'm gonna walk up here and get the truck. We'll fill the spray 3/4 the way full of water, and I'm just gonna leave it till tomorrow morning because the wind's just kind of, it ain't a steady wind, it's just gusting, and it's starting to get pretty warm anyway too. So I'm just gonna go on the other things. We'll take the truck tank out of here so we can bring more water tomorrow and get that one done early in the morning, and hopefully we won't have to mess with these beans for a month or so. Come back for do fungicide at least, maybe some foliar. That's got the spray partly filled up. I'm just gonna leave this little tractor and spray setting up here tonight. I was gonna show y'all the mess I made out of my truck. I knew whenever I come in here this morning, I hit a tile hole out here in the pasture field, and I don't think it, nah, it didn't hurt the front end no more than it's already hurt, but I just noticed a minute ago, it scooted this tank forward and it's made a mess out of my poor old toolbox. I don't know if there'll be any straightening that out or not. It was already bent and warped some where it didn't open and shut right, but I've really done it in now. Here's the one that got me. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but it was enough, it just, the whole front end come down and set on the frame. I let my reel down right here and just wasn't paying a bit of attention, just drove right off in it. But oh well, it's just one of them things, I reckon. Boy, I'm a real good YouTuber here. I run off this morning after I showed you that hole I drove off in and left the camera sitting on top of a fence post, and it took me this long to remember where I left it. But either way, y'all ain't missed out on much. But I'm gonna run down here and give these heifers a sack of feed, and we'll find something else to get into. To be honest, it's just really too wet to be doing much anything. I'm hoping maybe by Monday everything will, you know, kind of settle out, and maybe we can do some more hay or something. I believe now we're gonna go move a little poly wire around. I need to get that one bunch of cows. I'm gonna let them over in a little hay field where there's some Johnson grass. It's shot up pretty big. I think I'm gonna let them in there tomorrow in the hopes that they'll eat that Johnson grass off, because nothing else in there is anywhere remotely close to being ready to cut a second time. So if they would eat that Johnson grass off, it'd be perfect. And then tomorrow evening I could bring them back into this other field, because the first of the week I'm gonna try and catch them out here in the barn lot and run them all through the chute and fly tag them, worm them, all that good stuff. I mean, just look at all that Johnson grass, and you can see what the regular grass looks like. It's still a while away from needing cut. So, and this may go down as one of the worst ideas I ever had, but I'm gonna run a fence straight down through yonder, and I'm gonna make a lane right back down there to the gate, and I'm gonna let them in here tomorrow and hope that they just go around and eat the Johnson grass off, which it'll probably come back and beat the grass to being ready to cut again anyway. But it'll get the cows where I want them, and maybe kind of sort of serve a purpose, I don't know. But we'll know after tomorrow. Well, I was going around moving cows, putting them on some fresh grass here and there, and I got all the easy places done. Now I'm down here in the woods, and y'all see that mess. there's a 3-strand barbed wire fence under that. And that little old bottom right there on the creek that y'all can see kind of through there at open spot, the creek's washed all the fence out on it. So I guess we're gonna have to do a little sawing and see if we can get some fence back up. Well, we got the tree out of the way. It's just got the top strand down yonder and up yonder, but from that big tree right up yonder to this one, I've got nothing. So I've got the top strand tied together up yonder so I can pull it back to that big tree and pull it back up to this other little oak tree here. And then we'll just have to, and some of this other here is ancient. It's older than who knows, I don't know who knows how long it's been there. So I'll just have to pull new wire for 2 strands down through if I've got enough. Well, I finally got that old fence all put back up and the cows turned down there in that field. I'm gonna go down here and run the weed eater for a little bit. Fill that water tank on my old truck back up so I can finish spraying them beans in the morning, and I guess I'll just call it quits after that. So we'll just see y'all in the morning. Morning, y'all. We're up here topping the water tank off. I didn't get it filled all the way up last night. The hydrant down there at the house runs slow, and when it got dark I was tired of that weed eater, so I just shut the water off and went in the house. So we don't like much having her full, and then we're gonna get over and get them beans sprayed and see what happens from there. If you're wondering when you run out without no GPS or nothing, how you know where to come back to, just keep you a ski can. Drop it between the rows where you can see it. Go fill up, come right back to your can, take off again. That's got the beans all sprayed. I drove a tractor up here at the gate. I'm gonna walk back down here and get the truck. That way everything's up here in one spot, and then we're gonna move this little bunch of cows over on that hay field and see if they'll eat that Johnson grass. And I got a couple little groups of heifers to feed. And hopefully after that, that'll about be it for today. Got the cows down there on that Johnson grass, and I moved their water tank down here where they can just walk out the gate and get them a drink. I'm gonna come back sometime later this afternoon and take them down that lane we made yesterday and let them out on this old hill. And there's not a lot of grass on there, but there's a little. It'll keep them for a couple of days. And I'm gonna try to put them through the chute, and then we'll take them over yonder. There's about 30 acres across that creek that ain't nothing been on yet, so I'm gonna take them over there, and they'll stay over there for a pretty good while. That's got one little bunch of heifers fed. Now we got to feed the bottle calf. Oh, I quit giving him a bottle. We're just giving him calf starter now. And I'll tell y'all something else. It ain't been too bad here in old Kentucky so far, but starting yesterday, or well, actually Friday, it was pretty warm. Summer's finally got here, and it's just darn near miserable. Well, that's pretty well got the chores done. I gotta stop and feed the chickens on the way home, and that'll have everything took care of pretty well anyway for today. I don't usually work on Sundays if I don't have to, and I've got plenty to do, but nothing that's, you know, just absolutely got to be done. So I think I'm just gonna go on the house and stay with the kids the rest of the day, except I'm gonna come back and let them cows out of that little hay field after a while. So I guess I'll just end this in here, but I want to thank y'all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.